Let's synchronize the playlist and we get started. Anything particular for you? Anything special? No. Tout encore. D'accord. Good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and play. Yeah, nice. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. So take a moment to lay on your back to get comfortable. You have a bolster there, so you can use the bolster below your knees, below your head. Notice if you need to do any movements, any stretch. And of course that if you prefer to begin sitting in meditation, this is also always a beautiful option. Now the intention is to find a place of comfort, especially at the end of maybe a long day, the week that is coming to an end. To start always by giving you that which feels good and cozy. To tell your body that you matter and that now it's time to turn yourself back to yourself. Your eyes can gently close, or you may want to practice with the eyes open and that wide gaze towards the ceiling, towards the sky. And no matter where it is your gaze, open or close, the attention starts to shift all the way to notice how you're breathing in this moment. And so as you inhale in that split of a second, you turn yourself towards breath, towards life, and in this way towards this moment, to the openness of what it is to be you in this moment within your body. And to answer that question, you follow the simplicity of your breath. And as you inhale, then you start to swim all the way inwards by noticing how it feels to breathe. What are all the sensations that communicate to you that you're breathing? Sensations that can be present in your nose, your throat, your lungs, your belly, maybe the entire body that feels alive and awake here and now. And as you exhale and you let that breath move out, you start to establish your presence within. And as if you're looking up and out and you see a thread of light that is moving away from your body. And with that, that is taking tension, that is removing yourself all those attachments and connections to all the things that you were doing today, the things that you were thinking about, the things that are there on the other side of this moment. Just so that you devote yourself throughout the practice to truly be with yourself, to in a way teach yourself what it is to inhabit your body, what it is to be truly here. How does it feel, this experience where every part of you is connected in the right here, right now, and a little door opens to that intelligence that inhabits you, to the wisdom of you. So you keep following the nature of your breath. For now, you don't interfere. You give yourself instead time to land, time to catch that breath, to follow through all the way to every place that you notice that is being ignited by the touch of that life. After all, it's all contained in just that one breath of life, All beginnings, our endings, our teachings, all of you. Every cellular intelligence in your body turning on. Like light that starts to be ignited within yourself. And in awe and wonder, you start to open the inner eyes to that universe, saying within yourself, I am here. Not looking for anything in particular, not trying to make anything happen in your way, but with that open disposition to listen, to attune to your own inner song, to attune to your own inner heart, to your intelligence. And so you exhale and you imagine that as you look within all the way up, this wave of breath that moves through is brushing the corners of that tension, of the things that you thought should be away and they are maybe not, of the ideas that you're still trying to force within yourself, of all the things that maybe still connect you to all those past versions of yourself, so that you can find a deeper truth in what it is today, what it is you in this moment. How does it feel to be today as you are breathing right now, opening instead to that intelligence of this now. Exhaling and releasing the entire back of your body towards the earth, inviting that deeper softening of the shoulders, the arms, the hands, releasing the eyes inside the eye sockets, the forehead, and doing all these little tiny tension as the stories go, or the charge of the story starts to dissolve. Your jaw softening, opening, closing your mouth, maybe to help this part of you to let go. You let the back of the heart widen, creating that sweet cocooning at the back of your heart, so that also the contact within your heart can start to exhale and move through, opening all the little doors and windows of your inner house, just so that you can take that inner place, not the you that existed 1 hour ago, the you that is going to be created in the hour that is coming, but instead the one that is truly alive here. As after all, this here-ness can offer you, when you attune to your own words, exactly the medicine that you're needing, maybe for your body, maybe for your heart, maybe for your mind. Exhaling through your belly, through your hips, down towards the earth. Noticing your legs, and from all the coming and goings, as you exhale, letting your legs know that it's okay sometimes to stay exactly where you are. And from that place to travel instead of outwards, inwards, in this constant discovery that can happen through your own inner listening. That listening that you notice through sensation, through breath, through the opening of pockets of emotion. So as you start to attune yourself to that which is alive now, let your hands meet the places within your body that contain more of those sensations. That can be a reflection of a physical pain, that can be a reflection of an emotional storage. Most of the time, a beautiful combination of many things. And let your body know that you are already present by that gentle touch of your body. By then the breath and the attention shifting to your hands, And by the acknowledgement that what you are touching is pure beauty and pure intelligence. And that no one from the outside can go to these places and reveal to you what you can reveal for yourself. So together with those spaces, asking them what is needed, what your body has to offer to you, what is encoded inside these sensations. And with awe and wonder, opening to hear. Take an inhale through your nose and exhale and sigh. 2 more times. Inhale and sigh. 1 last time. Through your nose, inhale. And maybe through the throat. Exhale. And then slowly bringing your knees all the way to your chest. Rocking a little bit here, side to side, massaging your back gently. The shoulders drop, maybe you do it in circles. Maybe it is that just side to side. Yeah. And then let your body go all the way to the left or to the right, whichever side that works for you. Bringing one hand in front of you and turning and coming all the way to your belly. Yeah. Making sure that you have a block in front of you. Yeah. Tuck your toes, lift your legs and walk your legs back to create a little bit more space. And then from here, we're gonna bring your right arm inside your left one. I'm gonna move that, don't worry. You can go, I think you don't, if you push it, it's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, you can even move it yourself. Yeah, that's it, good. Now, once you're there, options, you can keep your left arm in cactus in front of you and have the right ear on the floor. Or you could thread your left arm also on top of your right one, both arms thread, and bring your forehead all the way towards. Here, if you notice that there is no space, that your arms are coming all the way to your throat, you can take your bolster. Well, this one is really big, but yours is not so big. And you can have the bolster below your chest or below your belly. And that is going to create a lot more space for the arms to thread in front of you. And there will be a lot more space for the throat, for your forehead. It's clearly incredibly important that you can breathe well. So make sure that that is the case. Elena, I'm mainly looking at you. Are you comfortable there? No, you're not. So we can try to see, let's try to see what happens. Like come all the way, let's put a bolster below your belly, below your chest. Yeah, there. And see that, and then here you can have this one in diagonal, or all the way high, I don't know. But I like now to put the block in diagonal. It fits, yeah, how is that? Better? Yeah, that's it. It is already enough, uncomfortable enough. So sometimes all these little tiny changes, they help us to navigate the uncomfortable. It's not really there to avoid that, as we cannot really avoid the unavoidable. That is a discomfort that sooner or later, in a way or in the other life, is gonna gift us with, just so that we can expand our capacity to contain and to be with all of this life. And in this way, the body starts to sometimes contract when we're meeting that discomfort. And that contraction in itself, that sensation, becomes a place to go, to bow, to listen, to really start to have conversations with the body, with the intelligence. That is not just something that is there to be against you or to come to be just simply a roadblock. It's just there because something is going on that is needing your attention. From the most subtle and simple things to sometimes the most profound awakenings, as we can go on and on without paying attention. And yet it is all right there. We're not gonna find the personal answer in a book or in a course or in something external, but truly in how are we able to turn towards oneself, to trust what is being shown, what is being said, to give to yourself the opportunity to bring yourself to the center, in a way to cultivate a sense of self-mastery. That is the cultivation of that capacity to listen deeply. As you listen, the form, this beautiful shape, that starts to open all these new pockets of sensation. I invite you to observe how you start to relate with them in your inner world. Are you straight away wanting what is here to end? Are you enjoying it so much that you want it to never end? Are you trying to analyze what is? Or is there a possibility to just be with this? After all, to be with this sensation is a teaching in itself of are we being awake and alive with life? Or are we just simply in the head naming things, trying to put meaning to things? And sometimes in that process, losing the direct contact with what is, with experience. And sometimes things go really quick and really fast. And it will ask, pause, a moment of deep awareness. And sometimes that sensation, it is there as that call to slow down, to come back to yourself, to what matters, not to just stay there, but to nourish from that space your outer world. Navigate all those sensations that in this moment are present, and invite all the places around that are holding those sensations to maybe soften a little bit, to tell to those tender spaces that you're here, and that because you're here, it starts to be okay to soften, that you bow in reverence to all these little and big things, that after all, you are there to become your own best friend, without judgment, but instead with incredible understanding. And you ask those sensations, what is there for you? And if what is there is that you need to shift a little bit, to move maybe your fingers because you notice that you're not getting blood into the fingers, or to move maybe a little bit your hips or your legs because you're feeling a sense of stagnation in there. You follow through because you don't need an external voice to tell you that the final word is yours, always. And that's the center of that self-mastery. You can open to all the information in the world and the one that exists beyond this world. And yet you are the one that is making a choice. You are the one that discerns, that says no, and so yes. Now, is that coming from a listening inwards? Or is that coming from a listening outwards to all those other voices? Same here. In every practice, you're free to do or undo from what is proposed, whatever then it sparks within you. Whatever movement or whatever stillness, whatever modification, not as a way to rebel against anything, but as a way to, on the contrary, honor what is true for you. And it takes deep, deep listening. With your next inhale, let your attention come towards the back of your heart. Imagining a light in here as you inhale that spread towards your back. And as you exhale, letting that light move through where sensation is more present. Now, it can be the obvious of shoulders and arms and feet, but maybe for you, there is something particular going in the back of your hips or in your legs. So you make the choice towards where that out-breath, with that understanding of your heart, is moving towards, as we offer those conscious deep breaths. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And one last one at the back of your heart. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly, if you have both arms spread, undo your left arm that is in front. You can place that left hand in front of your face, and you can push the floor from there and roll. And either stay in a fetal posture on the side, if that feels nice. You can roll all the way and open to your back. Maybe you sit. Maybe you stand. Maybe your body is needing a big stretch or another form that arises from that space. What is it that arises in the inner, in the outer, when you're absolutely there, constantly listening to all these little waves of information? No one moment is exactly the same. No one practice is exactly the same. As you are that embodiment of change, wanting it or not, knowing it or not, going with it or resisting it. Yet your body, with every breath, is showing you what gets undone and what gets done or birthed from that same place. Are you paying attention to all that matters, that is there? Is there within your heart, is there within your hips, within your legs, within your arms, in your brain? And with the noise of the outer world, it's easy to start to get a little bit deaf towards that, which actually is trying to bring you back to your own center, to your path, to the best version of yourself. Right here in this moment, what is your body saying to you? You soften and you leave the question and you pay attention. Taking an inhale through your nose, sigh, exhale. One more breath, inhale through your nose, exhale. And then slowly, from whatever it is that you took yourself to, in the most sweet and organic way, come all the way back to your belly. Yeah. Bring the forearms back down towards the floor. Have that block there as support, maybe the bolster below your belly. Yeah. Or, yeah, a blanket so we don't have a third eye in the middle of the forehead. And then slowly bring your left arm inside your right one so that that left shoulder comes all the way down to the floor. You can bring your left ear down, especially if you keep just the right arm by your side. Or then if you thread that right arm in front, maybe you bring your forehead to the block. Yeah, that's it. Now, both shoulders, they have different stories. They behave different, they're different, yeah, right? That's it. So maybe on this side, other Elena, is here the bolster if you want to try below your belly. Tu veux qu'on essaye? Ça va? Avec celui-là? Oui. Ouais? Okay. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah. There, so honor all these differences. And sometimes it is exactly there when we have these incredible opportunities to refine our listening inside, especially to those sensations, to those differences. Somehow, since we are very little, we are put into structures that force us to be the same. That in some cases makes us dress in the same way, so no one sees any differences, where we're all measured in the same way, when we are all completely different. And so we start to replicate that everywhere else in life. And we see it also in the practice or in those practices that try to force us into forms that don't belong to our bodies, that try to force us into sameness in each side when we are completely different. That we're looking at someone modeling a form when our bodies are completely different. There is something unique and particular inside yourself. And it is that difference and not the sameness that is the part that normally tends to speak louder and louder and louder, as it is right there, where that which is the most unique about you, your greatest gift, your most significant contribution may be hiding. It's not that it's not there. It is maybe that it's been there all along, but you haven't been there paying attention outside, just trying to be the same as everyone else. From a place of incredible innocence, because you didn't know best. And so when you know best, then and only then a new level of consciousness wake up. And it is then yourself who chooses to still be the same or to follow the path of you, of your uniqueness, of your weirdness, of whatever it is that makes you be incredibly different from everyone else. So let this side, this expression of the form of the other side, find its uniqueness with more or less support, with different type of support, where you can wake up to those rivers that travel and open your back, your shoulders, your arms. But maybe there is another way that no one thought about doing it, but you do. And something new is birthed from this place. And that is incredibly rich. And then you own it. From that sense of saying, yes, I'm here. I'm listening and I trust the information that I am receiving. Just because it emerged from you. And maybe you don't need anyone to validate it as truth, because the touch of that experience and the fact that you feel it is validating in itself. And then you are in direct contact with life. Softening the edges of your body and softening the density of the center of your muscles. Releasing the jaw, the eyes, the brain, the belly, that can breathe maybe more comfortably in contact with the earth. Moving yourself through your legs, and maybe you need to shake or move a little bit your legs as a way to just let them go and for you to let yourself be here instead. And so you come to the back of your heart again. A light that opens here, the light of pure love and understanding. And you send it there where you're being called to send it. And let yourself choose that. Whatever it is, the important part is that you're making the choice. There is healing. 3 beautiful breaths. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly start to thread that front arm maybe to the side, pressing the floor away, maybe on the side. You stay there in that fetal posture, coming back to that form of the seed of you. Maybe you roll completely, opening all the way to the side. Yeah. Let it unfold as it wants to unfold. For all the times that you got on the way of what was there, and maybe unconsciously it was avoided or denied. Now instead you let it exist. You give it space, and you let it start to have a voice. That voice that is yours. That is there to bring you out of repeating sameness, same story again and again and again. That is wanting to bring you to your own flourishing, your own newness. That which is hiding inside that difference. Would you allow yourself to listen what that is? To give yourself permission to let that guide maybe a little part of life, as maybe everything is too much and overwhelming, and that's not the point, but a little part, a little side, a little project, an area of you. Because maybe there you find that which you think it was not there. That maybe it's just there waiting for you to say that I'm here. In this moment, those parts of your body that before were tense and constricted, how do they feel? What do they say in their own unwinding? One more breath. You may take an inhale through your nose. Exhale and sigh. Good. And then slowly from where you find yourself, you're gonna bring yourself in the most organic way to your old force. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And take your time, and as you get in here, bringing your right knee behind your right wrist. Tuck your left toes, walk that left leg all the way towards the back. Take a moment here, if it feels good, to move a little bit side to side. Yeah, give it space, give it time. And then untuck your toes. You can have a bolster below your right hip. And then options, yeah, we're gonna see if we also bring here a twist and we keep working the arms. So one option, arms forward, elbows to the side, releasing your head either to the floor or on top of a block. Another option, also have a block or that blanket close by. And is to bring your left arm down. Yeah. The left ear either to the floor, to the blanket, to the block, depending how far you are from the floor. And then bringing your right arm all the way behind you, where maybe you're catching your trouser, maybe you're catching your right toe, big toe. Maybe you stay forward and it's like, I don't need anything else than this. Let's try with a bolster here and see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Better. Yeah. And you can have, tu peux avoir les blocs un peu plus hautes. Tu peux venir à la moitié. Oui, c'est ça. Ouais. Et tu vas essayer d'écarter les coudes vers l'extérieur. Yeah. There. Yeah. Nice. You can start in one place and you can let it finish in another place. Now you don't want to collapse also too much to the side. You want to still be able, when you go to the twist, to feel what is happening in the right side of your hips. Yeah. So attention, sometimes we collapse here a lot to the side. It's hard to understand for you, David, if you are completely collapsing to the side or if it's the image. But if you feel your hip, you're good. And good. Yeah, because otherwise you can have a bolster all along the left side of your body to be a little bit more up. Yeah, good. And there, very good modification, Frederick. You want to have your right shin in front. And you can hug the bolster. Yeah, that's more comfortable. There. And again, you take everything and then you let everything go. So that which speaks your language, that is the language of your soul that exists in every part of your body, starts to have a say within. Because in a way, this is the voice that should be leading, in a way, life. But it just happens, and it happens to every human being, at least all the ones that I know so far. Unless the little kids that are still so connected with their soul, with their uniqueness, until it will be taken away, maybe, or it will be forgotten. And then when we grow up, it becomes somewhat this interesting journey of connecting to that which was clear and alive when we were kids, when we were purely, directly connected to the voice of our soul, to the voice of our heart, where we didn't care what other things, about whichever thing we wanted to do, to play with. And the whole thing was this beautiful play between everyone and everything. We're still that. We're not meant to be machines functioning in these ways. We're still meant to be exactly who we are and who we came here to be. Every knot, cramping inside the body, maybe that constriction of the heart, or those moments where very unconsciously we had to leave who we were. We had to leave our differences out of a sense of needing to belong to something. And yet the body, as it is said in a very beautiful book, keeps the score. And so we can go back, not to the story, but to the body, to touch those places, from those higher levels of awareness of yourself, of life, and to undo the knots, to let the beauty that sits on the other side come back on and be remembered. Deep breath. You can come back to the back of the heart to ignite that light. And as you exhale, choose where is appropriate to offer that breath and to spread inside yourself that light to all those spaces. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. And one last one. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly start to undo that twist. If you had it, start to bring your arms to your chest all the way up. Those faces like, yeah, welcome back. And then slowly let that get undone in your way. If you need again to stretch your arms, if you need to move your legs, or if you go into the observation of all those movements that are already happening there and adjusting inside, maybe in circles, maybe from sitting, maybe from a form. It's yours. And truly make it yours and own it. If we cannot own a shape, can we really own our lives? I mean, wow, right? So let it be anything. Maybe there is even a downward facing dog that you need to do. Maybe you need to stand up and shake a little bit. It's not so much sometimes the what, but the how. What is the quality from where all of this is arising? And you all practice a lot. So of course, a person that never practiced will not understand this. Maybe you also don't understand it. But I know that there are parts within you that get it without even knowing it. There. What is being said? When you are there. And the more you soften the more you expand within, the more clarity of what you are hearing and from where that is coming starts to arise. Now, it took a very long time to build that sameness. So it does take also time to undo it and to go back to that point of differentiation. And in between is this beautiful journey that is life, with all the ups and downs and the aha moments. Find your breath, finding that which is true now. One more breath. If you want it, you can inhale through your nose. Exhale. And then slowly from that space, without disturbing your inner moment or ecosystem, come back to your all fours. And bring in here your left knee behind your wrist. And tuck your toes first. If you're sitting, Frederick, make sure that you cross the other leg on top. Don't get too comfortable if you fall asleep. And then slowly maybe you move a little bit side to side. I know that you can do pigeon pose. Now you may not want to do it, but I know that you can do it because we've done it together more than once. And you do it very well. So slowly. Now from there, if you're threading, it's your right arm that goes all the way there. Oh, so good. Left arm behind, left arm there. Yeah, you can try. You can also do the front on this side. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Something you're trying. In a way, that's require a sense of effort to move towards these spaces. It is not comfortable to break out of the sameness. It is certainly not. Because it means an incredible part of grieving an idea that you had of you, of your body, of your life, of what has been told to you. And that process brings incredible amounts of discomfort, incredible amounts of confusion, incredible amounts of feeling deeply lost and alone. And so, yes, the forms are there to get us in contact with all of that as a way to indirectly build the skills that are needed to wake up to oneself, to the true nature that is right there. I just got a little bit lost around all the other things. And there is also the joy in that same journey of all those micro moments of aha moments that you remember that you are deeply connected and deeply listening. And they are there as a way to resource all the rest that happens. And it is you that chooses to show up for it or not. And it's okay, because maybe it's not this time around. But if you are in this practice, it may be so. Otherwise, we're not called in any way to look a little bit within, to explore just beneath the surface. So bring yourself with gentleness, with that love and sweetness for that inner child, in a way that in its innocence, it's full of sensitivity and full of power. Because in that innocence, it is a deep connection straight away to soul, to the difference, to the uniqueness. And we go back somewhat to that through the eyes of the all-wise one, after having all this trajectory in life, to embrace both. Eventually, one day. And that would be a massive and a beautiful, well-lived life. You remember who you are. Softening your shoulders, especially when you are not in the twist. When you're in the twist, releasing the arm that is down, and the one that is back, giving it a little bit of support so that there can be that opening there of the heart through the arms. Exhaling your forehead down, opening your brain to more of what you know than what you know. Softening all the circuits around your beautiful heart. And inviting that sweet breath to go all the way from that heart to where now is needed on this side. Shoulders, arms, fingers, the heart itself, the hips, the belly, the legs. Make that choice. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And one last one. Inhale from the heart on 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly undoing the form as you bring yourself up or straight away to the side. Give it that time and give it also that enjoyment in a way of that process of just the undoing and what is coming and what sensations that feel good may start to wake up from that space. Follow all those little things. Notice if there is anything else that before you go to your Shavasana, your body is needing. if there is that other shape, or if you need to open a lot your body, or if you need to close it in and come back to you, or if there is like a bit of all of that that is happening in there. Yeah. And you give yourself all the time, yeah, to move with that, to settle with that. Your Shavasana can be a seated meditation. You may bring your legs up the wall, the sofa. Here also, if you want to go with your legs up the wall, you can do that. Yeah, that's it. Maybe you take a bolster below your knees, below your head, and you let it slowly, slowly drop after drop after drop after drop after drop. At all. No rush. No rush. One part of your body at a time. Landing on the earth. Yeah. Get yourself warm if you're feeling a little cool. You may let there be that last inhale through your nose. Empty, soften. And let that little one inside of you straight away connected to your soul arise from your heart and spread within your body. And you listen while this one has to communicate with you. And you rest with that message. Shavasana. And very slowly, coming all the way back to the surface of your body. Connecting with your breath, with the space, the sounds, the light throughout your closed eyelids. Bringing those little movements, stretch your heart. So then bring your knees all the way to your chest and roll to one side. And then find your seat. And as you find your seat, bringing your hands to your heart. Taking a moment to honor yourself, to bow to yourself, to that part of you that wants to guide you, that through its innocence gives that connection to source, to you, to soul, and where you can maybe promise to yourself to listen more often. Take an inhale through your nose and then exhale, bringing the chin to your chest. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank